Yo, what's that word, YouTube? It's me, OygLaylo, and I'm here. We back, the Still Slippin podcast. My boy Balla, and we got a special treat for y'all, man. We've already hit up fams. Now we have our first guest. Y'all love them. Y'all hate them. Trapmoney, man. Y'all give it up for Trapmoney.
Bang, Balla gang, 1527, man. Front yard ballers, OCB, Cavs. Niggas know what time it is.
All right. Welcome to the podcast, man. We got you out here. We're trying to get your perspective, man, on like what's going on in the street gang community. But first, some people may not be familiar with you. So give us a little rundown of the history, how you started, what brought you to the ball team.
Yeah. Well, I've been playing GTA, feel me, since 2013. When I first joined, or GTA 5, when I first started playing GTA, that was a long time ago, but I had already played San Andreas. I beat the whole game by the time I came to GTA 5 or whatever. So when I first got on, 2013, I did my thing a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to start my own crew or whatever and all of that. But I had this girl on my friend, and this girl, she was in FAMS. She was from Carson Ave families. Once I saw that, thinking to myself like, damn, she really a fam and shit. I'm thinking to myself, this is the original Carson Ave that had 1,000 members. This dude, Clear Warrior, was the fucking leader. So once I saw that, I said, damn, I wonder if I could start a baller set or whatever. So I'm like, I already know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start the front yard baller. So I go on a social club, try to start front yard ballers, and it didn't let me do it. I'm like, fuck. So I'm thinking I'm the first person to ever think of, oh, what if we was ballers on here? I'm not knowing, so I get on social club, I look it up. That's all combo sets already made. Bunch of crews already got 1,000 members in it and all that. So back then on social club, if you looked up the word ballers or whatever, it's gonna show you the crews that had the most members. So I think the crew that had the most members at the time, it was a few of them, maybe off of them, they all had 1,000 members. But the one that I saw that was the most active looking one was Rolling Heights, RHBL. So I joined Rolling Heights, RHBL or whatever. And in that crew, I didn't see a lot of, I was in auto aim too at the same time, but I didn't see a lot of activity or whatever going on. So I had to be the one to, get on there and I was talking all kind of shit on social club, on our page. I would go to little fam crews, I would talk shit on their page. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck y'all crew, all this. So I'm doing all that. But I would get into the lobbies, and it's auto aim, so maybe this is why, but I get into the lobbies, and I remember my crew members' lobbies. And I remember I see my crew members in the lobby, I get on the mic, I'll be like, Balla gang, ballers, all that shit. And nobody said nothing. And I was just like, damn, this shit is turned down. Like, what the hell's going on? I'm like, what the hell? So, I'm about to do my thing or whatever on social club. So all you see a bunch of me all over the place. So one time, this guy, I guess he was checking out social club and looking at the pages, and he told me, hey, come to my lobby, add me up, come to my lobby. His name was Napalm. So this is probably a month in of me being a baller or whatever. So I really only ran into like 3 fams at that time until I met Napalm, working baller at the time though. So I get to his lobby, and when I got to his lobby, that's when I met South Gan ballers, Brow Jab ballers. I know people try to say Bro Jab for that new crew, but back then it was a crew called Brow Jab ballers. That's how they said it, Brow Jab. I still call it Brow Jab. Me, it's Brow Jab. But anyways, so I met these dudes. So at the time, that's when I couldn't lock in. I couldn't lock on my targets or whatever. And I was like, well, I can't lock on my targets. And they said, oh, this is Freeaim. I'm like, Freeaim? He said, it's a whole another type of lobby. I'm like, why y'all doing this though? And they was like, oh, this is where the real crews are. So I'm like, oh, for sure, all right. So that's when I got introduced to Freeaim. And that's how it started, man. It was all 2013. And the rest kind of history, because everybody know what I've been doing since then. But that's how I started.
All right. So you came in, you jumped into GTA with the mindset gay to be Balla gang on the purple team. All right.
Yeah, because
I'm
everybody
familiar.
people was fams. I didn't understand why people would join fams. Like I already played as CJ. I wore the green all the CJ. I played at Franklin. I always wore my green. I was tired of wearing green, tired of doing all that. I said, let me see what's like being a baller. And that's why I've been a baller, and I've been a baller since, because I want the other side perspective or whatever. I don't know why GTA didn't make Franklin a baller so we can see the other side, but that's why I became a baller. And I can't do the green. I don't like wearing green. I wore too much green at CJ for too long. That's why I came in as a baller.
All right. Yeah, I'm familiar with what you was talking about the Carter Nav. I remember a lot of those crews. They had like max participants. Most of them were like just fans, really. They were in the crews, but weren't really, putting in no work or nothing like that.
A lot of them didn't know they was fams or something. But back then they had a lot of members. That's what I noticed about a lot of them 1,000-member crews. They had a lot of members, but at the same time, half of them didn't even know that they was fams and ballers. They was wearing like suits and shit, and they weren't even banged out at all. So I'm like, yeah, these is random people, bro. Once I got to Freeaim, the crews were smaller, but everybody knew what was going on. We was all gangbanging and all that shit. But on us, back then, and people don't want to talk about this. Back then, a lot of people would be in different crews. So they wouldn't just be a baller in this one crew, like kind of how it is now. No, be either in 5 different baller sets, or they'll be in 2 baller sets, 3 Crip sets, or they'll be in 1 fam set, 4 blood sets. Because back then, a lot of the people, they just automatically was Crip. So you have your baller tag, and then you have a bunch of Crip tags, and then you'll switch between them every other day. Everybody was doing that but me. So when I got there, I was wearing all this purple, and they introduced me to all these ballers, South Gang and Browse Ave, and half the dudes that day, I remember that day, half the dudes that day was wearing their Crip tags. So I remember them dudes saying, oh yeah, we about to do a video, it's gonna be ballers Crips, and I ain't gonna say my name back then because I used to use my real name when I first got on there. But they was like, "You gonna be the baller and we all gonna be the Crips." This is goofy as hell, bro. So even though people try to give these crews a whole lot of respect, they was doing goofy shit back then that people just don't talk about or whatever. So we gotta bring that shit to the light, honestly, because a lot of them was even talking shit about me. They would look up garage, see all purple cars, and be like, "What the hell is this? Why you doing all you overdoing it, doing all this and that?" And I just be like, "What the hell? What's up with the homies? Like, they talking to me crazy." And there were a lot of them was squeakers at the same time though, so I had to think about that too. But Napalm, the one that brought me around, he wasn't a squeaker. He knew back. He was talking about. I asked him what said he, and he's talking about Fudge Lane Mafia. What the fuck, Fudge Lane Mafia? So they was doing a lot of that goofy shit, and the fams too. They was bloods. A lot of the fams was bloods at the same time. So it was a lot of that going on. But it was 2013, so I ain't even going. You know what I'm saying? Judge people too tough because everybody was still trying to find out their footing or whatever. But that's how it started out. People don't mention that, but that's how it started out.
Yeah, that was before the time.
Like I said, I know being on fashion things. I remember I ended up having Fudge Lane Mafia ballers too. They were wearing like brown and purple or some shit. And then, the fams and bloods used to be cool. And then, they started beefing, whatever. That's when we had, I think I mentioned it in another video, but we started beefing with Nation on PlayStation. I was like 2014 and shit, but the shit going on back then. Yeah, that's an interesting perspective, man, because I know people asked me before but you already cleared it up that you had a different name back then. I was like, I remember a Trapmoney until like PS4, but the names and crews you mentioned, and definitely, the missing piece of that puzzle. Like I was like, I never seen it, but if you weren't Trapmoney at that time, then obviously you know what I'm saying. And then 2 lobbies were super small back then. You can only have like 15 people, I think, in the beginning in the session. It wasn't the lobby yet.
Yeah, I had 2 different names before Trapmoney. Trapmoney came with PS4. At first, I was using like I said, my real name and shit. I wasn't using like my last name and nothing, but it'd be my first name and then another name after. They gonna say what it was, but let's say my name was Ricky. Then my name would be like Ricky Blicky. Then when they was killing me and shit, My name wasn't Ricky Blicky, but I'm just giving an example. But when they killing me and shit, and they say my real name and shit on the fucking picture, I ain't like that. So I changed my name. I started calling myself something else in 2014. So I used my real name in 2013, and 2014, you know what I'm saying, I was Nick, or Fufu's pimp. Depends what time of 2014 you're talking about. That's where I was at that time in 2014. But when 2015 came, I think it was around Christmas, that's when PS4 came out. And that's when I came back on some trap money shit or whatever. Which got a whole story behind that too, but because I fell out with the ball for a minute and I just was leaving the shit alone. I was leaving the gang community alone. Then with that was like August 2014. So I left the shit alone for like 3 months, 4 months. But then like when December came, I was like, you know what, I'm finna do my baller shit again or whatever. But here's what happened. The ballers had completely died off. Like I said, the homies was weird. The homies was on some weird shit, little thinkers talking shit all the time. They like to fight each other all the time, and there were no fams around at that time in Freeaim. That's another thing people don't talk about. There was no fams around in 2013 in Freeaim like that. It was Rolling Zigzags, Kareem and them, but they was in auto most of the time. You had OG Walters, who was from Grove Street. He was doing his thing, but he was mostly in TDMs all the time. But when you got into a public lobby, we could not find fams like that. That's why a lot of dudes was doing blood stuff, because half the time you're not finding no fams. Now, ballers, it was a lot of us. Maybe this is just who was added to my friend list, but to me it seemed like it was a lot of ballers and there was no fams. So I remember once I had chilled out with it for a minute, because I was getting into it with them. Once I chilled out for a minute, I realized like it's a lot of fams all of a sudden in Freeaim towards the end of 2014. And I remember there was a crew out at that time called D-Fam, not Eclipse's D-Fam, but it was Davis Families. And Davis Families, I ain't even gonna lie, was one of the best family crews if you ask me. They had this dude, I think their leader was named Savage. They had this girl, Renzo Kills. They was getting shit popping. And I was like, oh, this is a real fucking crew here.
Yeah, was that
come back
a guy called Ken's or something? Ken's. Do you remember him?
Ken's was more so from CGF.
All right.
Yeah, Ken's is a whole different dude. He started DNF after we had a little beef with Ken's for a little bit. Cause I was with that Davis Avenue fam, D-Fam.
Yeah, that D-Fam was popping. That's the first D-Fam I ever heard of. Before Eclipse them. I know Eclipse probably made his crew before them, but they was like a small crew, but they was really popping on Freeaim or whatever.
I think that's the first. That was the first. I remember that was my first time ever seeing you. I remember I was in a session. We was in a session, and cause me and that crew was cool, right? We was in a session, and I remember I think you pulled up. You was by yourself or something, and people were like, "Man, who is that?" You was a baller, but at that time, ballers had died out. It was like when everybody was going from PS3 to PS4.
Yeah,
really wasn't
ballers, you talking about?
Except for I think around that time I think showed up, and then what's the nigga Baby J from Main Street Ballers. Those were the two baller crews that was around at the time, the Cabs and Baby J. But yeah, I think in the beginning a lot of fans were still in auto aim, to be honest. I didn't come to Freeaim until like mid 2014 or something like that.
Yeah, the only fams I had to beef with at that time was Forum Drive fams, and that was Kareem and Zigzags and they little crew that they had at the time. They was in auto aim. So yeah, so we didn't have a lot of fams until 2014 came, like the second half of 2014. Then fams started getting deep, and the ballers started dying out. And that's when I was like, what the hell is going on? Why is the ballers dying out? I gotta bring the ballers back. Then I saw D-Fam was going down, so I was like, all right, I'm finna beef with these dudes right here. So that's when I changed my name to Trapmoney. So I got the PS4, became Trapmoney, and that's when I started doing all kind of shit with the Trapmoney shit like that or whatever. And then I said I'm gonna do my rapping shit and start making GTA songs and shit. That's what really got me to come back. I said, I know I'm gonna do some different shit this time. Right, so when I came back, I remember the first thing I said I was gonna do was I'm gonna make my own baller set instead of like being like Rolling Heights or some shit like that. So I came back and I had made this little crew. It was just me by myself, but it was like called 69th Street Ballers or whatever, because it had like the 69th Street graffiti and shit on the wall. So I was like, I'm gonna make a 69th Street Ballers. I made that shit. But then one time I was on Covenant Ave. I'm on Covenant Ave, I'm chilling on Covenant Ave, and I'm like, damn, it should be a Covenant Ave Ballers or whatever. Still not really thinking, like somebody already made it. So I said, I'm gonna make Covenant Ave Ballers. It's gonna be tag, gonna be CAB. So I go try to make it, can't make it. So I'm like, damn. So I'm looking, I find the crew. It got 400 members in it. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm way too late with that. This is already a 400 member deep crew. So I look on the crew, and the dude who's the leader, I don't know who the original leader was, because the dude that was the leader at the time, his name was Nefstar. And Nefstar got on the crew page, and he was like, damn, leader now? That's what's up, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude don't even know he the leader. He didn't even know he was a leader. And his tag ain't even on. He's the leader, and his tag is not on. So I'm just like, you know what I'm gonna do? So I hit Nefstar up. I said, hey, yo, what's up, bro? Hey, make me the leader of the crew, blah, blah, blah. And I'm talking to him for a minute, and then he's like, all right, for sure. He was at some Australian crew. He was some dude from Australia. So he didn't give a shit about the crew. I knew he didn't care because he didn't even know he was a leader. So I'm like, so next thing you know, he's the leader of the crew. So now I'm fresh, new, I got a new name. Nobody really knows me. I got a new crew. We got 400 people in it. Like, this is a big deal. At the time, like I was really hard. I knew who everybody was, but didn't really know who Trapmoney was yet. So it was, I had this whole thing where I came back and I would like smoke people. I would smoke the big names, and then I'll just get out the lobby. I would disappear. I'll come through, smoke you, take your picture, and disappear. I kept doing that to a gang of people. So as I'm doing that, everybody's like, I'm posting everybody's picture, and nobody could kill me. Like, who is Trapmoney? Who is Trapmoney? He keeps killing us, and he talks shit on the pictures, and we can't kill him. And I thought it was the most hilarious shit, but it was also making me like real known, real fast. He got this big ass crew and all this and all that, and this is all early 2015. So like, damn, he got this big ass crew and he killing everybody, and this, and we can't get to him, we can't catch him. That was like the big Trapmoney thing at that time. That's how I really made a name in the shit. That's why a lot of people didn't start it out not liking me at all, or whatever. So
yeah, I just want to say, man, I just want to say, hold that thought, man, hold that thought. I just want to jump in, man, because that's the first time like I saw Trapmoney, because he was known for his social club pictures with the big ass fonts on the screen, you know, in the purple writing, you know, saying he just killed someone, whatever, and like basically the font was bigger than the picture. Do you know what I mean? So you could read the message, you know, and that was when I first heard of Trapmoney, and that's when we tried to click up with him, or kind of thing, because of his his social club personality. That was, yeah. I didn't meet Trapmoney through the lobbies and shit. It was through the social club.
All right. And I did that on purpose. I made sure that all the names was real big. It was all really to promote what I had going on, you know what I'm saying? So that's when I started doing that. And everybody was taking notice. It was like the talk of social club at the time. So I remember at the time, Rolling Heights, RSBL, had a crew leader named Savis. And Savis, he thought he was a kid of ballers. Like, he had BL, it was 1,000 members in the crew and all this and all that. So I remember he had a big ass ego. So one time he took a picture and posted it on Social Club, and he was throwing up the C. So while he's throwing up the C, I'm thinking to myself, man, that's what we gonna do for Covenant Ave or whatever. And he's on there talking to people like, why you throwing up the C? He was like, oh, because ballers is Crips. I'm telling you, this was the mindset back then. Oh, ballers are Crips, so we throw up this and this and that. So I got under his comment and I said, yo, ballers is not Crips. You throwing up a C, that's for Cavs, that's for Covenant Ave. That's for that over here. He's like, no. It stands for Crip. I don't know what this dude's talking about. So me and Savage started beefing. So honestly, before that, I don't even remember a Balla on Balla beef before that. But me and Savage started beefing, and we started beefing hard. Started catching him in the lobby. Started shooting at Rolling Heights at that time. And mind you, I really got no fights and none of that. It was just me and Savage, as far as I was concerned. But it turned into some whole other shit. So yeah, that's how that had happened.
Yeah, for sure, man. I remember that was a leader. What's his name? The Savage dude or whatever, RXBL. I mentioned them in the top 5 videos. They were pretty deep. They had back then. It's hard to keep a track of so many people though, because you would have people in the crew. Some of them didn't know what they were doing. Some of them didn't know, like you said, they didn't know that they were actual ballers, and then some of them that were. But yeah, so all right, at this point, man, for yourself amongst the ballers, amongst fams. But I would say, you know, our history, people like, man, Laylo, you're not gonna say nothing. I will give you your props on and confirm that up until you came back, like I said, the only other baller leader that I can remember was Baby J, but his crew was kind of small and pretty goofy. It was mainly him that was like out there trying to get it cracking. But I mean, if it wasn't for you bringing Cavs in front, you know, I think that triggered, that blew up the whole fan baller war again on PS4. And I think that was like it was like October of like 2015, I think. But yeah, other than because like I said before that, we were fighting random crews. We was fighting Dark Souls Nation, Jamestown, you know, the Sioux Nation. We didn't really have no ballers to fight until Front Yard and Cavs showed back up on the scenes. So yeah, and that was you know that was all due to Trap Money.
It was Front Yard, because we was doing our Cavs shit, you know what I'm saying? We was doing our shit heavy. I remember I met Jones around that time, and I met E around that time. So once the three of us got together, shit was a wrap after that. Because I have a few members in Cavs or whatever before that. I had my boy, shout out to Hurricane, I had my boy Philly, a couple other homies. We was doing our shit or whatever. But when Jones came and E came, the shit really went to the next level because everybody had something to bring to the table. You feel me? Everybody wasn't just following; they was leaders on their own accord, and they was doing their thing. So we all had, you know what I'm saying, the things that made us stand out. So we all got together, and the shit was crazy. But what ended up happening was, I met this dude, Dope Loaster. I remember Dope Loaster from YouTube or whatever, put out videos. He was like a Crip dude or whatever. So was like on some legendary shit back then. He used to have all these crews or whatever. He was like a modder or whatever. So Dope Loaster had this big ass crew. I think it was called Gang Nav Crip or whatever, some shit like that. So I knew him from that. So he came to PlayStation one day. So I met him whatever. We met up. We was cool, whatever. Now the thing about Dope Loaster is, one time I seen Dope Loaster had the Rolling 60s Crips on Social Club. It wasn't no extra words, no extra weird characters. It was literally the words Rolling 60s Crips wrote perfectly on Social Club. He's a leader of it. I'm thinking to myself, how dope Los to have that crew? Like, you know, somebody made Rolling 60s Crips already. How do you have a Rolling 60s Crips on Social Club? And what I didn't understand is that Dope Loaster was a modder, so he knew how to hack into people's shit. So he hacked into somebody's account. He took their account from them. He took their crew. He made himself the leader of their crew, kicked them out the crew. So whoever made Front Yard made it in 2012, and the tag was FYBA. And I always wanted that crew. I always go to Social Club and look at that crew like, damn, it was only one person in it. He never added anybody to it. It was just a ghost crew. Like, nobody was in it. It was a waste of the name. I was like, damn, man, I wish I could have a Front Yard crew. That's the crew I always wanted. So Dope Loaster has, one day I go on Dope Loaster page. At this point, he's a baller and shit. He hanging with us. He hanging with me and E. And he hanging with us. This is around the time of the, like he was saying, like August 2015. It was around the time of the Lowrider DLC. So Dope Loaster was hanging with us. And then all of a sudden, one day I look at his page, and he's a leader of Front Yard Plus, FYBA. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I remember hitting up Dope Loaster. And Dope Loaster knew me. He knew me for doing all this. He knew me that I was like overboard with all this baller shit. But I asked Dope Loaster one day, I'm like, bro, how did you get Front Yard Ballers, bro? I always wanted that crew. How did you do that? He was like, bro, you be doing this baller shit all the time or whatever. Everybody know you for being this turned up baller. He's like, man, I'll do that. I'm like, what? Like, he's like, yeah, for practically nothing. You know what I'm saying? So he gave me the fucking crew. So once I got Front Yard, I said, okay, I now got the crew I always wanted or whatever. I could have left the tag, the 2012 tag on there, but it said FYBA. I didn't like the tag. Deleted it, and I made a new version, the FYBG. I think we made that August 1st, 2015 or whatever. So that's when I got Front Yard. And when I got Front Yard, I just couldn't turn back. No, when I came into the game in 2013, I wanted Front Yard Ballers, and now I finally have Front Yard Ballers. We was doing our thing with Cavs, and I really love Covenant Ave. When I got Front Yard, it was no looking back after that. So that's turned that to me up too.
Dang, man, that's a crazy. I don't think nobody else had as far as getting the crews, but I know a lot of crews, you know, get kept or whatever, you know, gatekeeping crews. A bunch of members, but the leaders are active, so you have to come up with other ways. But I didn't never know that was possible. So like hacking this my shit, but damn.
Yeah, you can't do it now. You're trying to hack into somebody's shit now. GTA ban your ass. People saying, "Oh, he purchased this, he purchased cabs, he purchased." Shut your stupid asses up. Because I don't know the half of the fucking story. E be telling some dumbass shit because I told E certain shit, but the rest of y'all niggas don't know what the hell I was even talking. E don't even know what the hell I was talking about. I got those crews because I earned those fucking crews. I got those crews. Everybody seen I was turned the fuck up and really putting on for this baller shit. That's how I got those crews.
Yeah, I've never heard like anything about you gaining access to them like illegitimately or whatever. Nah, I've never heard that.
Jay tries to, Eastside Jay tries to say that.
He tries to
clear that up.
Yeah. So, what do you want to mention 1527? Or do you want to talk about the meaning of the name, or do you want to keep that under wraps? Because when we were talking about it originally back in 2016, the idea was that we weren't supposed to talk about it because other people would then try and infiltrate if they knew what it meant, kind of thing.
Yeah, back then, see, what happened with 1527? So, I really fuck with this baller shit heavy, right? So, I pretty much studied the ballers. Like, I studied everything that they did, everything they said, whatever like that. I really tried to ingrain myself into the baller culture and shit like that. So, when I be in the hood with the ballers, a lot of the times, they'll say 1527. So, I'm trying to figure out, GTA never really said what 1527 meant. They just got the ballers saying 1527. I'm like, damn, what 1527 mean? So then I figured out. They also say OBG all the time. So then I put it all together. I'm like, okay, the 15 is for the O. 15th letter of the alphabet is O. The B is for the 2 is for the B. Second letter of the alphabet. And the 7 is for the G. 7th letter of the alphabet. I was like, okay, 1527 is OBG. OBG is original baller gangs. So 1527 is just saying original baller gangs. That's all the original sets that were created by Rockstar, like Eastside Ballers, Covenant Ave Ballers, and South Rancho Ballers. Now, I took it a step further, and let's say we're gonna talk about original baller sets. We're gonna bring up the original baller sets, like Front Yard Ballers, KTB, and Rolling Heights Ballers. That's 1527. Now, the thing about 1527 is, it's really like a card. That's what it's supposed to be. But as we fall out with people over dumb shit, everybody don't claim 1527 like that. It's just really OCB and FYB that claim 1527 at this point. But really, everybody that's original baller set is 1527. It's just another way of saying original ballers, you know what I'm saying? The OG baller sets, the real baller sets, if you ask me. The fans would have their shit way more together than how the fuck they have it. I don't understand how there's no Seville Boulevard. What is that? I don't understand how there's no Temple Drive families.
The fans don't fuck with all that old stuff, though. That shit don't matter in this universe.
The fans barely fuck with the new shit. The fans, it's not even a Carson Ave like that, for real. The only Carson Ave we have is the old Carson Ave that nobody ever really reps, and the new shit that they got out, which is really just four guys on Instagram.
I'll tell you why the fans don't fuck with Carson Ave, because I had a Carson Ave.
And tell me about DNFG too. DNFG too. They don't make that. They make DFAM. They won't make a DNFG to save their life. Fams suck, low key. But tell me about the fam culture and why they don't embrace their culture.
The Carson Ave thing, right? Because I had a Carson Ave on my Westside Menace account. And so I tried to give it away because I pushed dates. So I'm trying to give it to other fams. They didn't want it because Carson Ave and CGF beef. So in their minds, they thought if they took on Carson Ave, the other fams was gonna beef with. But there's a Carson Ave active right now that I know of. Tiny,
Tiny Vaughn and them. Yeah. That's the only Carson Ave that there is, and that don't even count because they not even in the streets like that. They on Instagram trolling people all day, but they not really in the streets. Well, I never could understand how come, and that took years. It took them to like 2021 to even make that shit. So how is it that this game could be on for 7-8 years and there's not one Carson Ave that's active in the streets? Yeah, you did try to make yours. I remember you had the CA tag on it. That shit was cool, but it never.
I couldn't give it to no other fans though. Nobody would take it because, like I said, they thought CGF was gonna beef with it.
Yeah, like CGF, somebody, man, fuck CGF. So you had that going, but you still wanted WDFG. That's why I never understood. Like, fams never really embrace their sets at all. Like, they don't do that at all. They either gonna make an off-brand set or they just gonna try to CGF in different type of ways. Ballers, we ain't doing no shit like that. We gonna make sure
the ballers,
everybody our shit.
A bunch of off-brand baller sets too, though. A bunch.
Yeah, we make off-brand baller shit, but not us. 1527 don't do that shit.
All that shit. 69. There's a bunch on, but I mean that's other people's issues, man. I can't speak for all fans. I chose my crew because I didn't want nothing affiliated with the NH, so that's why I chose what I chose.
I know why you chose what you chose. Yeah, I know.
I can't speak for nobody else. I chose off-brand. I push a DNFG right now, but I'm not even in the mindset of recruiting because I don't have that desire to do that shit no more. But
that's what I'm saying. I understand. What happened with Seville?
PC,
why was there no Seville?
I'm trying to get Jones to come. I'm Seville on PC. I'm Seville on the 5M. You know what I'm saying? So
that's cool. But I've never seen it on console in my life. It don't got to be in Idlewood. You can put front yard wherever you want to, because it's not named after no street or nothing.
Questioning about Seville. There's no Seville in this current license though. So what's the point?
If it was me, Seville would have been by the beach, just like it is on San Andreas. Just put it somewhere by the beach. Call it Seville. There's no 60th Street. But for some reason, everybody want to make a rolling 60s on here, right? There's no 40. There's no 40 nothing. But everybody want to make a rolling 40 this, rolling 40 that. You know, niggas just make shit up and put shit where they want to put that shit.
So what's your current take on like the SGC as a whole and the play style that people are using that you would say, to the people out there that's in the SGC that they should stop doing or they should start doing, if you could?
People need to keep this shit realistic. People need to stop with the nerd shit. People need to stop being TDM heads, because that's what this game is right now. There's a bunch of TDM heads, a bunch of dorks running around trying to act like they super tough. You know what I'm saying? They get in these lobbies, they put on this face paint, they put on rebreathers, and all kind. They've been doing this shit. So I ain't saying nothing new right now. You already know about the tactics with the corner shooting, with the bombs, with the BST. All right, whatever. People do whatever they can just to win. It's all about getting a W at the end of the day. Nobody want to take an L. Nobody can take that L. Think about us, we used to take our L's. It is what it is. You're going to win something, you're going to lose something. I'm not going to sit there and cheat, though, and run around claiming some glory that I never earned in real life. You got people running around here, you know what I'm saying, they use all kind of cheats or whatever. However they do it, I'm not a nerd, so I don't know how you get those cheats. Just aiming cheats they got, aimbot, whatever, all this shit. All that shit is out. Anybody doing that shit, you a fake, you're a phony, you're not for real like that. I have no respect for you. Now, if you just, I ain't even gonna say shooting whatever gun, but let's say you shooting an automatic shotty, I really don't even care no more. Do your thing. But for us, my set, we like to shoot the ARs and the pistols. Maybe a shotgun, a regular shotgun. But the shit got so bad that then we got me pulling out my auto shotty, because you're not finna just be doing me like that all crazy in the streets. One thing I'll ever do is I'll never blow your ass up, and I'll never use no BST to kill people and shit like that. It's not going down. So it's a whole lot of that started years ago and it won't go nowhere, because Everybody just want to get their W, bro. That's all I want to do. Everybody want to play like some dorks. Everybody want to play like they in the TDM. These are street gang crews. That's really what the status is right now. This shit just went TDM and it won't come back to being in the streets. We used to really do this shit in the street like it was real life. We used to really pull up on people and pull drive-bys. You can't pull a drive-by on nobody now. You pull a drive-by on somebody now, they're gonna pull out an RPG and blow your ass up. And that shit is lame. That's not good for the content. And that's why the community can't elevate to where it needs to be. This shit could have been really off the chain. We really could have had the street gang community so lit that all of our Instagrams would have just been popping. All of our YouTubes would have been popping by this point. We really should be on another level, way higher level. But you got these nerds who always, they just want to win. They just want to win so they can impress the little GTA boys on this game. It's like, bro, keep this shit real. Keep this shit authentic. Keep this shit. If we just do it to the point where it's kind of realistic, I got no complaints. But anything that's not realistic, I'm not down with that, bro. That shit is whack. That shit is out.
Yeah, I don't think we can have enough people reiterating that message on the podcast. How to keep it real and shit.
Yeah, and the crew hopping too. You can't crew hop from gang to gang in real life. People who try to talk shit, oh, this ain't, that's not valid. Y'all talking about, you trying to bring that shit my way? You talking about somebody that's been in the same set forever, bruh. So that's another thing. All this crew hopping. You want to be this today. You want to be that tomorrow. You want to switch colors every 5 seconds. That shit is out too. In real life, you would have got your ass smoked for doing some shit like that. Hood hopping and all that like that. People don't really got smoked for that. That's another thing. If we could, and everybody making new sets every 5 minutes. If we could have the same sets, bro. That was my whole vision in the beginning, was everybody just rep the original games that GTA made, and then those crews could all be bigger and bigger. If you want to be a baller and you just go join a baller set that's already established, it makes that set bigger. Now, if everybody did that, these sets will be, this community will be off the chain. But we can't have that because everybody got an ego and they want to start their own set. They're not even leaders for real. They just some goofy ass, immature ass kids want to do what they want to do. Now that's cool, y'all want to do that, but y'all gonna water down the game every time when y'all do that. You gonna make a new crew. This crew got something going. They got they going. You know what I'm saying? They got some momentum going, and you just gonna leave the crew and start another crew because it's Tuesday. You just doing it because it's Tuesday. That's another issue in the SGC.
With the original gangs, like Families or Ballers, the official sets, you've got like, say, 7 of them all together. There's no egos involved because this is not a crew someone created, some guy or some kid created. It's a crew the GTA created. So the leaders are not people, being controlled by their egos. They're just running the gang that Rockstar created. They're helping to run. It could be a new leader the next week or whatever, but at this time it's a certain person. And so why not why not join that crew instead of joining someone's made up gang that they created out of their own visions, grand illusions, what's the word I'm looking for? Illusions of grandeur that people have when they're making these gangs up. West Death Row Ballers, Ballerstone Villains, Bruges Avenue.
Right. And if we could stick to those original sets, it should be off the chain. All those sets will get stronger and stronger. It won't matter if 3 people left one day or 4 people left another day. These crews got hundreds and hundreds of members. That's how it works in the streets for real. That's how it works here in real life. And that's why you have established sets in real life. But if everybody just want to keep switching up and now we're going to do this and now we're going to do that, we all just going to be starting from the beginning over and over again. We're going to start from scratch over and over again. That's why people like Front Yard, because they know we're not going nowhere. People like Cavs, and Cavs has that name and Cavs has that status because it's not going nowhere. And that's the whole point. People see that. They want to join that. People hit me up all the time still trying to join. And, oh, man, let me hang with you. They want to hang with me because they know I'm not going nowhere. They know I'm going to be a baller to the day I drop from this earth in real life. So it's like, all right, if everybody does that, then we can go somewhere. But we ain't gonna go nowhere if everybody just keeps flip-flopping around like that. That's the whole point that I be trying to make to people for years.
From the beginning, we were saying that.
Hey, it's not the weapons, it's not the play styles. The main issue with the SGC is crew hopping and egos. That's the main issue. Everybody just can't take an L. You gonna take an L on these streets, man. Ain't nobody Superman out here.
Damn, so y'all done heard it, man. Y'all heard it from fans' perspective, and now y'all hearing it from a baller perspective. And the message is the same, man. Cut out the goofy shit. Cut out all the BST usage. You know, clean your nose up. Stop using that shit. Play legit. Take the silly shit off your character, man. Get some street clothes and bang it out. Or if you don't want to do that, go officially be a TDM crew and be in that community. But you can't. I think we brought it up in the off-brands episode. You can't be mad if somebody don't want to engage you. If they in a street gang, they ballers are fans, and you trying to beef with them, and you look like a goofy, they may not feel like they should beef with you because you're gonna fuck up their videos wearing all that goofy shit, man. So clean it up, bro. Like, and I say, man, Jones been trying to tell me like multiple days. He like, man, Laylo, you and Trapmoney kind of have a similar mindset. And sitting up here listening to him say a lot of shit that I agree with. I ain't gonna, it's like crazy, I'm like, damn, I was thinking the same shit, because I tried to leave myself. I never wore no rebreathers and shit like that. Tried to have a regular looking dude other than, the joggers and shit, but that came later.
All right. All these dudes wearing, let's start with the black, man. Everybody thinking that they being original wearing black. All you goofies out here wearing black, man. Wear your crew colors. That's how we gonna promote this community. We really need to leave all the rest of the things alone. If dude want to be a blood, leave his ass alone. I ain't shooting at no damn blood. I'm not shooting at no damn crib. Leave their asses alone. Leave their ass over there. If they want to come over here, shoot at you, they only doing it so they can get them some rep. They only doing it so they can get some attention to their crew. They trying to build their crew. If y'all want to build y'all crew, go shoot at y'all ops. Stop coming to ballers and fams and trying to get some clout for us. We need to be shooting at each other. Y'all need to be shooting at each other. Now, if we shoot at each other, we don't get them no abuse and not fight with them. They'll come over and shoot at us. We're not even gonna shoot with them because it's like we wasting our time. That's not gonna do nothing for us. That's gonna build their crew up, get them some attention, have everybody wanting to join their shit, and have everybody want to join. Like you're talking about Sioux Nation. So everybody gonna want to join Sioux Nation. If you keep shooting at them over and over again, I'm just using them an example. I know they've been dead for a long time, but if you keep shooting at them, and people gonna be like, oh, let me see what that crew that is. It's like you promoting them. I'm not promoting nobody that's outside the community. I'm trying to build a community. I don't care if you a Azteca, a Vago, we gonna go there all day. I don't care if you a Southside Hood. You could be in a GTA 4 gang from Liberty City. I'm gonna shoot at you because you a GTA crew. You could be from the Lost MC. You could be from the Angels of Death. You could be from all kind of shit. I don't understand why people want to just make these off-brand tests that has nothing to do with the community or GTA at all. I'm not shooting at you, bro. I'm not gonna promote that shit. Y'all can shoot at me all you want to, or whatever. I'm gonna blow your stupid ass up, and then I'm gonna leave the fucking lobby because y'all doing dumb shit. I'm not playing this stupid ass game with these kids, man. And stop wearing the black. If you a baller or a fam, stop wearing black. You look like you in a golf rock group. Y'all goofy as hell. And that's even people that was hanging out with 157. I ain't gonna say your name, bro, but you love. He used to be in front yard. He was my right-hand man. Stop with the black, bruh. You don't even look like a baller. You're over there making your baller set South Randall, so you should know what I'm talking about. You're over there making your set look stupid. You know better than that, bro. You was hanging with me this whole time. Where your purple goofy ass?
Yo, so Trapmoney, is there any memorable moments you want to explain, you want to talk about that happened over the years in GTA that you think people need to know about?
All right. I got one moment. That was my favorite GTA moment of all time. And it was actually some legendary shit that nobody really knows about. But I'll talk about it right here, right now, on this exclusive Still Slippin podcast. Now, in 2015, like I said before, me and Savage, we had a real big issue or whatever. And he was the leader of RSBL. Now, if you notice today, Savage is not the leader of RSBL anymore. So RSBL also, like I mentioned earlier, had 1,000 members in it. 2015, Cavs had 400 members in it, and RSBL had 1,000 members in it. So I remember Savage thought he was the top baller of all time, and nobody could tell him nothing. He made all his rules because he had 1,000 members. I said all the time, it's only because he got 1,000 members he thinks he's above me. He thinks he's doing something when I'm out here putting in work every day. So I said, you know what? I think I know what I'm gonna do. So Savage had a commissioner. His name was Motts. I knew Motts. Motts was my boy. But then Motts, once me and Savage started beefing, Motts took Savage's side because, you know, he's the commissioner of Rolling Heights, like whatever. But they were talking shit in the comments, and he didn't know I saw that, but I saw that. So one day, I noticed that Motts had left Rolling Heights, and I'm like, damn, what Motts leave Rolling Heights for? He was a commissioner of Rolling Heights. So I'm like, you know what I do? I made a page, and y'all might think I'm a snake. I don't care. I made a page on Social Club, and I named the page Motts, and I used the avatar that Motts used. So I went back to Savage with this account. I said, hey, Savage, I left the crew to make a new page. This is my new page. Can you put me back as a commissioner? Savage was like, oh, hell yeah, bro. So he puts me as a commissioner of Rolling Heights Ballers. He don't know. His commissioner is Trapmoney. So there was 2 other commissioners. So they had 1,000 members, like I said. I spent the rest that night kicking every single person out of RSBL. Savage woke up the next morning. He had 4 members, himself and the other and 3 commissioners.
People did that, man.
He woke up the next day and said, what the fuck, what happened to all my members? That was the funniest shit I'd ever seen on GTA. Now, over the months and the years, they eventually got like maybe 300, 400 members back. I guess he was adding everybody back that he could. But they never had 1,000 members again. And then Savage was so butthurt about it that he left crew and he left it with this dude, FGMTR. And that dude never recovered from that. The dude that's the leader now, he never got active. So that was the ending of RSBL. RSBL was a legendary crew, and RSBL went down because of yours truly, Trapmoney. And that's some shit nobody ever knows. I never told anybody about that, maybe other than
I always wondered who FGMTR was, man, because they're on my social friend list, and I see their name pop up now. Yeah, I'm like, who the hell is this dude? That's that dude.
Yeah, he never plays.
No,
he's the original leader. The original leader was Savage.
Yeah,
I got him the fuck up out of here.
The thing with these people with like 1,000 members and even 400 members is you don't even see 95% of them people anyway, ever. They don't play, innit? But it's just the bragging rights, innit? People used to say, like, about cabs, you know, 400 members. Wow, man, you got 400 members. Yeah. But, like, you know, they didn't, they probably did realize, but we only ever had, like, about 10 active at a time, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's a lot of dead weight.
Yeah, but it is like that with a lot of crews. And then it came a time, like a few years ago, when people were like, oh, we need crews that don't have dead weight to make it realistic, so everybody's got to get rid of their dead weight. Shit like that. It's become a bit more refined now, the gangs. But yeah, in the beginning, it was all about the numbers, wasn't it?
Sure was. Yeah, that was it, man. That was my favorite moment, man. That was my favorite moment. It'll never change. That's my favorite moment. Was what I did to RSBL.
On the computer,
that's it's still RSBL.
I wonder what happened. I said they were RSBL was legendary, man. So I was wondering what happened to them. They just went like that all of a sudden. But now it makes sense. Kicked all the niggas out. You know, but this was a good episode, man. This is a perspective of yours truly, your favorite baller, Trapmoney, man. Like what he said, you agree with him, let us know in the comments, man. He'll check it out. He might respond to you, he might not. But either way, oh yeah, we did want to see you got any social media where people can find you, Trap Money, if they want to tap in with you.
Yeah, you can tap in with me on Instagram. My Instagram is fuckfrogs, FUCCFROGS, because it's fuck frogs out here. And y'all niggas want to catch me in these GTA streets? That's not hard to do. My name is Trapmoney_frm K. You know what time it is with me.